What do we got here? All right, 6 minutes and 20 seconds. I don't know where my sunglasses are. I had them on my hat when I went to church and swung on and a miss. I don't know where they are. I looked in the car, and well, what are you gonna do? Not do a video? And of course, here we are. Let's learn something today. A new blog up on the Wattpad. If you want to search me, I'm under John Toll 8. You can find me there, and I'm going to put up a, well, this audio will be on Anchor. You're actually listening to it there, or you're watching it on Facebook, YouTube, whatever we use to put up these stories. Yeah, so I'm 0 for 1 today with the sunglasses. You know, you wake up, you have something, and then something changes, and then you don't have it. Well, maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe that's a state of being unhealthy and a miraculous healing in front of your own eyes, so much so that the only thing you can do is just embrace every breath that you have as a gift and an ability to give thanks and to give energy and to turn your life into a generosity contest and love all of us despite any circumstances we might find ourselves in, believed, unbelieved, would or wouldn't, any kind of creation that is being well created to wag one side or wag the other. If Donald Trump wants to paint his plane, go for it. The more I want Air Force One to look like the back of a redneck's pickup truck. I want this plane. I want golden truck nuts hanging from the bottom of it. I want one of those shark mouths on the front of it, and I want like a slutty Rosie the Riveter that will also kind of look like Rosie O'Donnell if you look at it like that. And the people that are going to be pissed about it anyways, we're going to be pissed about it anyways, so why not keep doubling down? Slutty Rosie O'Donnell Riveter, and then underneath that, like in script, it just says grab 'em, and then just a bunch of, you know, lines through and under the grabbed. There you go. That's the best way to cleanly say what Air Force One could be repainted as we deliver democracy, one meeting at a time. And isn't it nice that we can be open-hearted and have discussions with each other? And, well, I trust you as much as my intelligence community tells me I should trust you based on how much I trust them. Trust me, says the person of your selected news feed. And then there you go. What are you going to do? Not love your neighbor? You're not going to see every other person as a brother and sister in the light and not as an other to be feared? Come on, let's simplify all of this. Don't resist. Reprogram, undo the bias of seeing others as others. There we go. Hey, we're all one big human family. Doesn't that feel good? Yeah, Mass was awesome today. We did adoration of the Blessed Saint. You ever do the Rosary, half Spanish, half English? What are they praying over there? Do you listen along? Like I'm sitting there, I got to learn Spanish so I know what they're doing. It's just the prayer's done in a different rhythm and different words and different all of it. And you can either sit there with your eyes closed and quiet. You can try to do along. You want to do your own English version outside, your own English version in your head. As long as you're there in adoration, that is what matters. And so to have all of these and what a group. I mean, we're talking from the folks that take communion on their knees, veil on the head, full-on nuns, priests, the lay people, you know, the you know, you name it. There's every single version of humanity. West Africans, ton of Filipino, the Chinese, everybody's there, and it is amazing to watch how everybody well adores in their own way to the best of their ability, of their heart and their gut to align with their subconscious to have this God-centered experience that we're having. Wow, can you imagine how easy that is? 2 masses ago, a woman, she's like, is it Senegalese? She might have been also Caribbean. So, heavy accent. So she stands up at the end of Mass and says, what the heck she said? She goes, I was making food. I guess there's a community that is lacking, and so she was making food in her own home to give to these people. And so she's making this giant meal to bring to them, and then she says, well, from this meal, I'm going to make dinner for my family who's coming over to my house. And then so she makes this food, and they come over, she gets that food, she's off delivering it, and the kids that have this food say, well, we're going to set off a piece of her and we're going to put it inside of the stove. And they left the stove on, and so unbeknownst to everybody, they all leave, and here's this house with the stove on. And apparently this piece of food flamed, the whole thing, brisket, inside of the stove itself, completely, you know, covered in flames, but she had holy water around her stove, and that stopped the fire. Now, to watch her tell this story, to sit back from my vantage point, because church was over and people were leaving, but she stood up and she turned and she talked and she told the story, and people stopped. And her truth was laid bare for everybody. And she said, always pray and believe, and miracles will happen. And she said, I mean, this glow around her, this thick, the white light, it was amazing to sit there and watch and to be witness to her bear her truth. But in no time did I or anybody look around the room and look at anybody else and judge them for the fact that they weren't sharing and their halo was not as bright. So, smile and dial. We'll see you later on today. I have more things to say. God bless. Enjoy the simulation. Embrace the ones and the zeros and the top level of your emotions that can only